Diana, we called the retreat Centered in the Light. And I'm just, we've been thinking about that and talking about that. So what does that evoke for you? What does that mean for you? The idea of being centered in the light.
And so being centered in the light for me means coming back to center, a place of center, reconnecting with my inner light, which is always there, but it's easy to not feel it anymore
Yeah.
when we're distracted by all the thoughts and all the things, right, of day to
True.
day life.
Mhm. Yeah.
And as for you, Sydney, what
Mhm.
does centered in the light mean for you?
Well, I really, resonate a lot with what you said, and of course, we have felt like, we make a good team when we sort of pair up and share these spaces. And really, what it's all boiling down to for me is the idea of how we are trusting ourselves, and I think for us to be able to trust ourselves, we have to be able to see ourselves with compassion, but also clearly, right? And so being stepping into or being centered in the light, in a safe space and a loving space, allows us to really yeah, see ourselves with clarity, see our strengths, see our challenges, where we need to, grow and learn. And when we are able to see ourselves with compassionate clarity, we're really then in a much better place to develop that sense of trust with ourselves. I tend to focus on our relationship with the body, right? So this idea of body trust, feeling confident in trusting that we can take care of our basic needs, sleep, rest, movement, food, nourishment. And when we can nurture confidence in those basic needs, we can really build on that. And I think, begin to feel more confident in all kinds of
So
areas.
speaking
Yeah.
about solstice a little bit,
Yeah.
why is this a great time to take a retreat like this? Being the solstice, right? It's the longest day of the year, although we're not exactly on the solstice, right?
Right.
We're kind of like a day.
Adjacent, solstice adjacent.
We're solstice adjacent, but the solstice, the energy of the solstice really isn't just one day. It's that a whole time period kind of leading up to that day and even afterwards, right? That energy is felt. And you know, for me, being the longest day of the year, that speaks to me as a time of pause and even rest because it's like the seeds are planted. Let the plants grow in the garden and take a pause and
Yeah.
maybe reflect on the past year, on what we've accomplished, what's coming to fruition because of all our hard work. And this could be on a sort of an inner level, a personal level, um, as well as in someone's uh, daily life, right?
Thanks.
And and so I have visions of, being on a hammock on a lazy summer afternoon,
Mm,
being able to rest in the shade, you
right.
know,
Right.
sitting outside with that glass of lemonade and
Right.
just being, or reading that awesome book or whatever it is, taking the time for yourself.
Mhm.
And really that's what this retreat is about, right? Having some time for you and taking that pause.
Mhm.